When we lack light, sound becomes more important. Our ears are super alert. Our being wants to be connected with reality. And if we can see, we need to hear and we need to feel. We carefully move and touch objects if the light fails. Actually, the light failed yesterday in my shower, just as I was about finishing preparing it. One of our kind maintenance people got that fixed yesterday afternoon, for which I'm grateful. We need light. The dawn has always been intriguing for humanity. And it's a great metaphor for changes that happen for the better in our lives. The dawn of culture, the dawn of education, the dawn of certain ideas. And sometimes the dawn takes a long time to get established. But we know in nature it's about half an hour from now till sunrise, 35 minutes. I hear a lot of birds over there in the brush. I don't know if you can hear them. This is the time when I'm going out swimming, people. So I get to see this every morning. You get to see the sunrise, but I get to see the dawn as well. I'm not boasting, okay? I'm just teasing you. And also thankful for what I get to do, to be able to live here at the Sea of Galilee. And the disciples went out looking for Jesus early in the morning, because he wasn't anymore where he went to sleep that night, where they expected him to be sleeping, because maybe he spent the whole night in prayer. And they found him in a quiet place, in a lonely place, to be alone with the Father. I'm just debating where to go. I wanted to get a little closer to the birds, but I think you can hear them. And there are birds everywhere, but over in the brush there were a lot more cackling a little moment ago. The shadows of dawn. Things aren't completely clear. They're coming into form as the light increases. You can recognize their forms. And there's a great dawn today in the Gospel, and really in the first reading as well. It looks like I'm blocked here. Maybe I can get out here between the tractor and this little jet ski. It's also very tight. Okay, let's get around these tractors. All very tightly parked. So in Paul's letter, which is older, the dawn is the dawn of resurrection. And the struggle it was for those first communities, the Corinthians, or some people doubting about the resurrection and denying it even. You know, when you start denying things, you're expressing great conviction. He said, that's not like that. That's very different. And Paul resists in the question of the resurrection, because he says, if there is no resurrection, then Christ has not arisen, and then it's all ended in failure. I hope the noise I'm making doesn't disturb the birds. So getting up close to them, we can enjoy their cackling. Still see the night lights of Tiberias. And the moon's up high, a waning half moon. And there was even a morning star, well, not the morning star, but a setting star, but I can't see it now because of the trees. So the resurrection is a huge dawn. It's already, words of that are in Ezekiel. And in the Psalms, you will not let your beloved undergo corruption. And the Maccabees, they bring offerings to the temple for those who have died with the amulets, because they believed in the resurrection, the big conflict between the Sadducees and the Pharisees. And now it's entering the pagan world, the belief in the resurrection, at which the Athenians laughed at Paul. The faith in the resurrection is not something I can prove to you like that. Oh, there's our star. Let me see if I can get it in focus for you. Look, you can see it there in the screen now. I don't know the name of that star, I'm embarrassed to say. Maybe it's a planet. And there we go up to see the moon once more, just so you can have your reference points. And then the big resurrection of women. And it's probably a faint dawn at the time of Jesus, when he gives such prominence to women and allows them to be so prominent in his community. Very unlike the common practice at the time. And actually, Johanna is the wife of Chusa, who's down there in Tiberias, because I deduced that from the fact that her husband is Herod's right-hand man. He's in charge, he's his head steward, in charge of all his things. Herod Antipas. So, and he had made Tiberias capital of Galilee. So presumably his headquarters are there, obviously. And in his responsibilities for Galilee, because he also assumed responsibilities for his deceased brother Archelaus. So he obviously had an office in Jerusalem, and all the territory around there. And these women now emerge, and they are major supporters of Jesus' ministry. Mary Magdalene, Susanna, Johanna, and many others. Women that have been deeply blessed by the presence of Jesus in their lives, a liberating presence, the word is used. They were freed from evil oppressions, demons, interior oppressions, so much worse than exterior oppressions. To be bound by envy, to be bound by jealousy, to be bound by rancor, maybe even hatreds, to be bound by a sense of worthlessness, to be despised from the external, from outside. They're freed and they become great supporters of Jesus. And this dawn of women in the Christian community takes a long time to emerge, although all through history there have been very, very strong women. And the Christian memory celebrates many women in every generation, knowing their biographies, knowing their impact on society for many generations. Every generation. Since the first century, we know their names, we celebrate them, they have feast days on our calendar. Many declare doctors of the church, among the great teachers of our faith, those who captured the incredible riches of our faith. Women who created great movements of transformation and set up monasteries, St. Scholastica, that's back in the 5th century, with St. Benedict, and St. Clare in the Middle Ages with St. Francis. And then we pray that continually women be favored to develop with education in so many countries where they're deprived. And in their great charism and gift of communicating the faith. Most of the great saints have had wonderful mothers who formed them, that transforming power. People, I think we leave it like that for today. So our sunrise stroll and chat was our dawn, and we saw quite a bit of the evolution of the dawn this morning, from its first approaching bright reddish colors, orange reddish, and now it's gone blend again before the sunrise. So see you later, alligators. It's been good to be here with you. Do you want to look up at the moon? God bless you.